we're gonna do Ocho Cinco and Terrell Owens.
Girls, when I was in college, they did not like me. I was skinny. I was strong.
Right.
I was teased from high school, even college. I got teased for being dark skinned.
Damn,
So
they tease.
my experiences with black women growing up wasn't so good. When I started dating white girls, my first experience with white girls was when I went to college. I tried to date some black girls when I was in college. They did not like me. I was skinny. I was strong.
Right.
I was teased from high school, even college. I got teased for being dark skinned.
Damn,
So
they tease you, cuz?
Yeah. So there was a lot of self-esteem issues.
Right.
No, I'm being dead honest. So when I got my opportunity, when my first experience with a white girl, I'm like, okay, it wasn't bad, but that wasn't. I just totally gravitated to white girls after that.
Right.
That wasn't the situation. So again, my experiences with black women growing up wasn't so good. So, but that still didn't deter me from still dating or pursuing black girls. Right. So my thing now is because I know there's the stigma, the stereotypical of athletes, you know, to go off and make money, this and that, and date the opposite color, opposite race. But for me now, where I am, it's not even about color. It's not even about race. For me, it's about somebody that I have some chemistry with, good energy, and I get a good vibe with. Right. That's where I am. Like I said, we all want somebody that's attractive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Aesthetics going to play a big part in it. Anybody that says, "Oh, well, I don't care what the person looks like," that's a lie. That's a lie. We all want somebody that we can roll over and wake up to. That's, you know what I mean, that looks pleasing to the eye. Everybody's experiences have been different. For me, when I grew up, I was in my high school pretty much is 50. I don't know what percentage black, white, but I lived in a black neighborhood. So at the end of the day, I attempted to date black girls. When I was younger, I wasn't as handsome as I am now. I didn't have this beautiful smile as I had I have now.
You hit puberty.
Right. I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
And when I bloomed, boy, did I bloom.
What you think about what T.O. said?
I think it was incredibly honest and, vulnerable and eye-opening, you know what I mean? But I feel like that is the experience that most college athletes go through and why most athletes end up with white women, because they go off to these schools, if they go to a predominantly white school, that's who's around, that they're with, unless you're laser focused on dating a black girl, there are more white women at school. Like a lot of my friends who went to college dated white women, you know what I mean? Even if they didn't end up marrying them, if they went to like a school, they came home and they had a little white girl on their arm. There's nothing wrong with that. Most men gravitate to places where they have success, If you're doing good over there, you might as well rock over there.
But what do you think about what he said when he was speaking about when he was growing up in high school and black chicks used to talk about his complexion and all that? Yeah. Because he's saying not just based on him going to college, that was the demographic that was there. He was saying like he tried to date black girls, but they just wasn't feeling them. I think I've heard this story time and time again, where black women are, generally speaking, right? There's a certain aesthetic that black girls, black chicks, black women gravitate to.
Yeah.
Right? And some dudes, they don't got the swag. They don't have the look. And now back then he wasn't T.O., star football player.
Yeah, he said he was skinny, scrawny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could see where the black chick is like not fucking with him, but then, you know, the white girl would give that, you know, somewhat, I'm not going to say corny, but somewhat a little corny black kid a shot. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I'm going to go where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated.
Well, if I could add this to the conversation, where he's getting success with the white girl as opposed to the black girl, is it more like I'm not going to say like a fetish, but we could put that on the table, but is it more like a taboo kind of thing too? Young women like to do things that they're really not supposed to do. So
it don't even matter what it is at that point.
Are black guys to white girls the bad boys and the drug dealers to black girls? So like young black women like dudes that's kind of living like a fast life. So you got to kind of like put on that little front that, you know, you want step, like you want to put out the game, want not. You at least got to kind of play like you got like a little swag or like you can do a little something, right?
Yeah, like you got some edge to you.
Right. Is it easier to fool a white girl?
I believe so. And in some instances, you don't even got to fool them, right?
Yeah.
Because it might be the taboo thing. It might be
my dad would kill me if I knew I was doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
but then they'll date, you know, they'll date Ethan, black dude named Ethan or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where the black chicks, they not checking for Ethan. Ethan to them is a cornball.
Yeah.
But Sarah's like, you know, he's all right.
Yeah.
And it don't even have to be no baddie white girl. Yeah. It could be like, yo, you know, she might be
plain
a little
old Sarah.
Yeah, plain old Sarah. And she gave him a shot.
Right.
And then, you know, it was crazy is that when it comes to dating, especially when you're young, you could make somebody hot, or somebody could make you hot. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, once you get the foot in the door with the right girl, you in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I've seen certain like I watched Kendra D one day, and she was trying to get this black dude a date. Okay. And the dude, he had a crazy job or whatever. He's like an astrophysicist or something like that.
All right.
And he made great money and all that, but he was a little corny.
Yeah.
And they were dissing the shit out of him. And they saying they looking for a man, they looking for a husband. The dude makes great money, educated dude.
Yeah.
Decent looking guy, but they were shitting on him because he was like, yo, it's, you know, the chick that was on there with him that they were trying to hook up with her, he's like, yeah, he's kind of corny.
Right.
But that dude will be like, yo, Sarah, that works. That's another astrophysicist, or another white girl, a hot white girl, be like, what do you do for a living? I'm gonna take him. I'll take him.
So that's your question. Is the black guy that's the astrophysicist, what kind of girls is he looking for? Is he kind of looking for the girls that would want to date an astrophysicist? Like, where are the other black female astrophysicists? And you know, that's the thing. Guys, always want to, you know, same way women are hypergamous. Yeah, guys kind of want hypergamy in the looks value wise. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of want that aesthetic of that girl that would date a drug dealer or date that. You know, that's the popping. You know, because there's plenty of black girls that get overlooked too. Same way black guys have that story, black girls have that story too. You know what I mean? That girl that stays in her frame, doesn't get her hair done with the thing, and doesn't get her nails done. She's in her books. She's on her purpose. You know what I mean? She gets overlooked by those guys too. In a perfect world, they would just find each other and live a great life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In a perfect world, yeah.
You know what I mean? But he takes the rejection that he's getting from the black girl that he wants. He's internalizing it. Now he's putting it on all black girls, still overlooking that black girl. And he's going to the white girl. People are people. You go to who you like.
I ain't gonna lie to you, but I feel like it's a difference between men and women. I think the rejection that a man gets is way different than the rejection that a woman gets.
I don't know. I've never been a woman, but women have the pick of the litter. I think. All right.
Women do have.
We have a podcast, right?
Yeah.
We have a podcast, right? And we're growing. Our success has been, you know what I mean, where we're growing incrementally, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you were a female and this was like an OnlyFans page and no one was really watching? You would feel like shit, right? If you were busting your pussy open and doing shit, you know what I mean? It's
All right,
like,
so
it's a different scale.
No. I believe, and this is what I was going to say. I'm glad you said that, because when it comes down to women and sexuality, there's gonna be eyeballs. There's gonna be somebody that's gonna sort.
But what if there's not?
I will guarantee you. There is a BBW OnlyFans chick that is caking.
Right. Yeah.
That has a fan base that is faithful to her. Right. Now, this is normally what happens. Like, and this is what women need to realize. Right. Is that if you let's just say, right, you meet a guy and he kicks it with you, right? And let's just say he in it to like have a good time. He might want to have sex or whatever, but he don't really want nothing serious, right? Now, I'm not saying you should spread for every Tom, Dick, and Harry, but if you were to sleep with him, right, and sex is good, and then he like, yo, sex is good. Like, we're sleeping together on a regular basis now. But then now I see that, yo, this chick is cool. She's cool as shit, right?
Yeah.
You can get in there. Like, as a woman, you can land that guy. Like, you have an in, right? Yeah. Whereas like men, they get cut off straight. They like, if a chick does not want to have sex with them, it's done, right? Yeah. Even a chick that doesn't like, I'm not really on I don't get my hair done every other week or get my nails done or whatever. I'm focusing on my career. Yeah. They can still find somebody to have sex with them, right? And if the sex is pretty good, and then it leads to like, all right, we do more than just have sex.
But they don't want the dork either.
No,
you know what I mean?
This is what I'm okay. Even if it's not the dork, right? Even if it's like a cool guy, they still have the end, because they could.
You think so? You think so?
You think dudes is turning you?
Too.
Huh?
A lot of dry females too.
No. Oh, that not having sex?
Yeah.
Can't get sex?
Can't get sex.
I don't think that. I think there's very few females that can't have sex.
Yeah. You're right.
Yo, bro. Yeah. Cause yo, bro, if you are a female and you don't even have to put everything into your looks. If you're a decent looking female, cute, decent looking, you know, you got a nice body. You don't gotta have fucking like like BBL look or whatever. Yeah. But that's why. Yo, you got a good personality. You all right in bed and shit like that. You up your chances of landing a man. Yeah. Boyfriend to husband. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they have that entry, right? They're gonna get men that's gonna want to see every chick. I know every chick could probably find 5 men that would be willing to sleep with.
Now you up in it, 5. I got you, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying every woman. I'm saying most.
Though, we always say women have access to sex.
Exactly.
Men have access to relationships.
And that access to sex, right, can get you to the point of like, no, we're not just having sex. Like, there have been women that have parlayed a sexual situation into a boyfriend to a husband, bro.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
It's like, yo, I was just fucking her at one time, and then we was kicking it. Yeah. Then I realized she was cool. Yeah. Then she became my girl. We moved in together, and now we married. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That happens. Yeah. That happens. Yeah. Like, but a dude, he don't even get the sex a lot of the times. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you hearing the stats that talking about like the majority of men have 3 sexual partners in his whole life. You know what I mean?
Yo, bro,
like, dudes out there ain't really like knocking them down. But you know,
there's like
you go where you're appreciated, man. You go where where you appreciate it. And in his T.O.'s case, he went to college and he got around, women that appreciated his aesthetic, and he went to town.
And you got to take into account that I'm sorry to cut you,
go ahead.
but you got to take into account it's like, yo, once you've already been calloused up, it's like, yo, I ain't fucking with
That's
them.
where I was gonna go. I'm glad that he didn't get calloused up and he kind of just understood that, yo, that was just a phase in life.
I think he
now
still
I'm
dates
up, now
white
he
women,
has to
though.
pick it a little. But now he says that it's all about. He's not really looking at that. He said he's
But I
attracted
think he's still
to
dating mostly white girls.
Yeah, listen, man. You go where you appreciate it, man. You go where you like, man. And I think that's why most athletes get that stigma. You know, they go to school around white, women, and that's kind of where they kind of hit their sexual peak or they start having sex, and that's what they get into. You know what I mean? You go to who, you go with who likes you. You know what I mean? You don't really chase too much. You know, you try to go for the best version of who's, digging on you. But you go where you have success, man. You know what I mean? And you meet good people there. You know, I'm glad he came around, though, to where he could kind of, at least he's saying it. You know what I mean? At least he's not giving the wrong message like, yo, fellas, only go with the white girls. At least he's not bashing black women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, yo, all right. It's harder to date black women.
Why?
Because you're dealing with a different black women are just a little harder on you than white women are.
Well, okay, let's. But who's equipped to date black women? If it's not us, then who else?
Strong men, yeah, whoever.
Like, okay. If
they have their guard up more than most women, you know what I mean? I feel like
I get what you're saying, right? But if you drive a car all your life and then somebody like, yo, go hop on that motorcycle, you don't really know how to ride. But it's the niggas that always rode money, they could whip it or whatever like that. You know, the dudes that have been in the environments with the black chicks, we are more equipped to date black women, right? Because we know what it comes with.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
You said he grew up in a black neighborhood.
No, yeah. But he's a different case. But I'm just saying, as far as talking about black women being difficult. Yeah. All right. If you want to call it difficult, we are the ones that are highly equipped to deal with that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got to take that into account. And the same way, right? I said on the last show that women have to deal with the fact that, all right, black men are making less money or blacks in general are the lowest paid. They got to deal with that. Then we got to deal with that too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, all right, it's a give and take. We might have to deal. They don't have to deal with less money. We might have to deal with somewhat difficult and rough around the edges type of women sometimes.
Take it.
You know what I mean?
We'll take it.
It's a trade-off.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.